Hi, my name is Brandy. I teach physical, spiritual, and physical wellness through the art of yoga. And today, I will be showing you some feet and ankle, some happy feet and ankle movements and postures. Shout out to one of the viewers for suggesting a video like this. So I'll move right into it. Biggest things for ankles and feet, you don't want to push too much. The sun is just beaming right now, but you don't want to push your ankles or your feet too far into any type of pose. I'll show you just a few poses that I really like. Number one, we'll start off sitting on your shin, and I'll turn backwards just to give you an idea. And so this will be flexing your ankles and your feet. It'll be putting flexion on the top of your feet. So you'll be putting your weight onto your feet. Now, if you're not able to, if that's too painful for the top of your thighs or your knees or your ankle, you can always use just some basic pillows. And sit on them. So you won't be bearing all of your weight, and use as many pillows as you want. That another variation would be if you want to keep your knees together but spreading your feet apart. Now this is for more advanced, but you're able to take, especially if you have big calves like I do, take your calves and move them out of the way, and you can sit in between your legs. Now with this as well, you can take pillows and do the same thing. So this just, like I said, flexes the top of your feet and puts just a little pressure on the top of your feet. If you're beginning with this pose, I wouldn't do this more than a minute, maybe two. And then you take a pillow away every week or so. I would recommend doing this if you do have trouble with your ankles. I'm talking backwards. If you do have trouble with your ankles and trouble with your feet, I would recommend doing this at least sitting down on your on your calves or on the pillows. I would recommend doing that at least twice a week, and then work your way moving a pillow or moving some height away from your legs every week. And to just add some movement into this while you're sitting, I like to do heart openers. So I do these type of stretches in the morning. So you take one hand, and I'll begin with my right hand. You take one hand while you're sitting or with knees together. Take one hand, bring it behind you. Keep your hand open like you're trying to raise your hand, but with your elbow bent. And you're trying to take, what I like to do is I try to take my hand between my shoulder blades. And what helps for me is pushing my elbow in. There we go, and getting more flexion. If you're not here, that's totally fine. And then your goal is to take this hand, raise it up in the air, and pat yourself on the back. The goal is to grab your hand behind you. Now remember, flexing your glutes out, so flexing your tailbone out, flexing your shoulders out. And if you're not able to grab both hands, take a towel, something, a t-shirt, anything like that, take it down and gradually walk your hands together. Now, as you're pulling into this, you're putting a lot more weight into your hips, so that's flexing. As you tuck your tailbone out, that's flexing the top of your feet as well. Another great one, and don't forget to do the other side, just so both arms can be stretched and balanced. Another ankle and feet flexion, and it's good for the toes as well, is pushing into child's pose. So again, you can either have your knees together or you can have your knees separated, but keeping your feet together at all times. I'll do it with my knees separated. Push into child's pose. So push through your fingertips to push your hips onto your heels. And these movements may not seem like a lot, but eventually and over time, the more consistent you do it, the more you'll notice more suppleness within your ankles, within your toes, within your feet. And the last thing that I like to do, just for some more ankle mobility and toe mobility, is downward facing dog. And I can show you the main reason I like to do downward facing dog for my ankles and my feet. In downward facing dog, once you come out of your knee and you're trying to take your heels down onto your mat, that's flexing both the top of my feet, the back of my feet, and my toes. I said both, but all three. So just coming up high on my tiptoes and back down. So I'm pushing through my heels, not straightening my legs. So high on my tiptoes, coming down back to my heels. High, back down on my heels. I would definitely suggest, like I said, doing these 3 simple poses or asanas at least twice a week starting out, and then twice a week for about 6 weeks, and each week if you're using some type of pillow or you're using some type of support system, I would remove a little bit at a time each week, and then by week 6, if you want to do more, especially if you're having trouble with your ankles and with your feet, I would just do these at another day, just so you can build that mobility, number one, but also you can build, create more blood supply going through your feet and through your ankles. I hope this helps. And if anyone else has any more suggestions for any other type of videos, please leave it in the comment below, and I will see you later.